So I thought I'd give you my thoughts on the England game last night. As you know, we're doing Euro 2020 content across my 3 channels. The links for each channel will be in the video description. I thought, like I said, I'd get my thoughts down for you guys about the England-Scotland game last night. So, where do I start? Let's start at goalkeeper, shall we? You know I love goalkeepers. So Jordan Pickford had an astonishing game, to be fair. Really, really good. Made some excellent saves, I thought. And yeah, it didn't put a foot wrong. Right back, Reece James I don't think had a good game. He found himself in quite dangerous positions a lot of the time. Put one good cross in that I remember. I think that was the one for Harry Kane, which Harry Kane missed. But a lot of the times, didn't do much with the ball. The urgency wasn't there like it was with the whole team. Like it wasn't with the whole team, rather. And yeah, he just didn't seem to have any productivity about him. The 2 centre backs, Tyrone Mings and John Stones, I thought both did well. When called upon, Stones obviously slightly unlucky to hit the post there. Should have scored, really. Some would say actually should have scored, but I would say if you hit the post, slightly unlucky. Tyrone Mings played really well. Was dominant, the centre back, I thought. Very, very good player. Interesting that Tyrone Mings, his place was questioned in the squad. Got to look both ways when I cross the street. His place was questioned in the squad, and he's been probably England's best player so far. Left back, Luke Shaw came in for Kieran Trippier. I thought Luke Shaw did well, actually. But I thought Kieran Trippier played well in the previous game as well. Maybe having a left-footed left back helped. I mean, couldn't really tell. Luke Shaw actually had a golden opportunity at one point. Played a 1-2 with Mason Mount and had a shot which almost went for a throw-in, which kind of summed up England's performance, really. Moving on to the midfield, you had Kalvin Phillips and Declan Rice. Now I'm just going to hand out the way there. Now I thought Declan Rice played well in his role as defensive midfielder, stayed in the right positions, made the right interceptions and tackles, etc. And Kalvin Phillips was playing a lot more advanced, I thought. It was a bit strange to see because he plays in the Declan Rice role essentially for Leeds. So that was a bit of a strange one. He's playing quite far up the field and wasn't really contributing much apart from bag loads of energy, which he has, obviously. So Kalvin Phillips, no, not for me. Mason Mount didn't play well at all. His corners were terrible. Some of his passes was poor. Some of his passes were good, but from his high standard that he set this season, he was poor. Sterling was poor as well. I mean, his touch just seemed poor. Some of his runs were excellent, but his touch and his final ball and everything was just bad. On the right, Phil Foden I thought was excellent, to be fair. I thought Phil Foden was really good, but then he got substituted. I think he was the first substitute to happen. He got subbed for, it wasn't Rashford I don't think, it was Grealish. Harry Kane up front, didn't play well. He had that one chance which went wide. Interesting to see the stats that Lukaku's had 2 shots or something, or 2 shots on target with 2 goals. Kane's had 2 shots and no goals. So that's quite interesting. Kane's form's been poor. Why, we don't know. Like he's got this move to Man City potentially, which could be going through. He wanted it wrapped up before the Euros. That hasn't quite happened before the Euros. Maybe that's going on in the background, talking with his agent, etc. Losing focus. But it's no excuse. He should perform on the pitch. He's England's best player. And he's not performing. He was dropping deep quite a lot. Gareth Southgate substituted him on the 74th minute, which I thought was crazy. Like, why take off your best player, your highest goal scorer, at 0-0, just because he's not having the best game? I mean, you keep him on surely and hopefully he gets you a goal. But he subbed in, brought Rashford on. The substitutes then, Rashford made a couple of runs in behind. I don't think he touched the ball much. Didn't really impress me. Grealish, I thought was good. Forced a lot of fouls from Scotland, but a lot of them in places which were inconsequential. And I can't remember who the substitute was, but I'm sure there was one. So, Gareth Southgate, no, I didn't do well. Took Harry Kane off, bad decision. He playing Calvin Phillips in the centre of the park with Declan Rice, I think was bad. I think you just put Mason Mount back there and put Grealish on the left, or Rashford on the left, or Sancho on the left. Just adds you an extra bit of creativity and speed and dynamism and attacking force into your team. You didn't need that many defensive players on the pitch, I don't think, against Scotland. Overall, a 0-0 draw isn't a bad result for England. But in a way it is, because the press aren't going to be happy with it. They're going to get on the team's back, and we know what the press are like in tournaments, and we know how that affects England's performance, the pressure, etc. So yeah, that's my thoughts on England, really. A couple of big games today now to finish off match day 2. Really looking forward to those. France against Hungary, hoping for some goals for my fantasy football team. Both ways, right across the road here. Spain play Poland. Again, hoping for goals there. Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo. Get your shooting boots on, son. Yeah, so looking forward to those. Got my daughter with me on my walk. Say hello. Should be going to bed soon now. Probably leave it. I'll probably try and leave it as late as possible so I can watch the football at 2 o'clock. So that's it. That's my vlog for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new. See you later.